for the first time and has heard multiple people go on record saying, Smash Factor's great, you guys need to come to Mexico City and you just have to enjoy it in person. I 100% agree, but what I am 100% agreeing on is the fact that we are finally starting another match, Mr.R versus DieG0D. I mean, this one's a really interesting matchup because Sheik can just do all this damage to Kazuya, but then, you know, Sheik sometimes can't kill, and Kazuya can kill Sheik in 2 hits, so that's kind of the way it is.
No, that's true. Kazuya just steals your stocks immediately, but for now, Mr.R finally gets some hits on DieG0D, but every hit counts, but at the end of the day, is the stock being taken away. At the moment, DieG0D having a bit of a problem, gets air dodge to prevent that bouncing fish. Can't find the, to lock the jab and try to find a combo within, but we have Rage on the lasers to finally touch stage, and we right back resetting neutral, but oh my god, that's going to be the stock. And Oscar, what happened?
That's literally what we were just talking about right now, right? It's like, you know, you can rack up all this damage, can't get the kill. I believe before the Rage Drive hit, Sheik was at like 60 or 70, and that's just the way it is. You know, Nito's bounty fish not able to kill the stall right there. No way. You're dead. What?
No. 44%.
Guys,
44%. That's
guys,
crazy.
Please, guys, can we buff Sheik, please?
That's crazy. I know it's Town City. I know. That's just crazy. 44% to lose that second stock. Well, you don't need to be. You gotta watch out, Mr.R. You don't need to be that risky. But for now, DieG0D is one controlling the match. Could he take this game though?
Yeah, I'm very curious as to like whether or not Mr.R can bring this back. I'm curious as to whether or not we're going to see the crunch come from Mr.R. So, just because like I feel like your hits just need to count for more against Kazuya, and right now they're not really just panning out the way that he wants to. You can control neutral, you can win neutral 100 times, but Kazuya just needs to win twice, 3 times, you know, and you're in kill percent or you're dead. So just like we saw there, especially that second stock. So at this percent, stock 2 is going down. Like it's crazy to think about. But so far, Mr.R is doing a really good job trying to go for that ledge trump, though. No one home for it. Can we find the bouncing fish? Really smart stuff.
Yeah, you're dead. Yeah. Damn, wow.
I'm telling you, man, like, you know, that one was something. I'm not gonna lie. That might be the epitome of how Sheik is in this game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So obviously, you know, there's some very talented Sheik players. Obviously, Mr.R being one of them, WebJP being another.
Yeah.
And obviously, they would shut me up and like, you know, destroy me in like 10 seconds. But this is really hard. Like, I mean, when you know, this is the classic, like, just, you know, can't kill a heavy, right?
No, but if Mr.R has another character, which he does, he could try to find an opening just to prevent this happening, because you cannot lose those games immediately. That second stock was just theft live. That was theft alive. That second stock was horrible to see, but we're going to see a shameful scenario at the moment, and we are going to stay with Sheik.
Yeah, going to stick it out. I mean, obviously, you know, Mr.R was doing really well, and like we talked about earlier, can control the neutral, can get a bunch of hits, can rack up this damage, but we need to see the kills right here if Mr.R wants to put himself on the board right here. DieG0D, though, at the corner, this is exactly, you know, Sheik is so fast that she can just react to any of the ledge trap situations right here. We're going to have to see what else you can find here, though, but, you know, resetting the situation, still trying to find some advantage, a little bit of an overextension, and that reflect right there. Okay, that's, I'm not gonna lie, I have not seen that that interaction before, so I'm a little bit taken aback. I'm not gonna lie to you, but so far,
that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. It happens.
Yeah, DieG0D's still doing pretty well though. I mean, this is the rage drive that we talked about. At these percents, you know, maybe another hit or two can start to become a kill factor right here. We see it. You see him trying to go for it in case Mr.R wanted to go for the corner there.
I won't lie. This is kill percent already. 59% with that rage drive could be that stock from Mr.R. Damn, okay. We don't take that counter this time, but DieG0D still has rage. Oh my god. Bouncy fish to evade that command grab. We're right back on the left side. No rage. So finally, Mr.R has a breathing room, but still, it could kill. It could still kill.
Yeah, no, certainly for sure. It was definitely looking pretty good right there, and I love the ledge trump right there. Trying to just force Mr.R in the air yet again. The grenade's finally going to snipe. Maybe a little bit too early on those timings, but gets the needles into the bouncing fish there. Great start from Mr.R this time around. And yeah, I mean, I feel like the one advantage you do have is, you know, when you fight against midweights and you can't kill them after 150, 160, then like there's not a lot of kill confirms on the horizon. But if you're a heavy, that needle's a bouncing fish. The window is so huge, so you know, able to still find that kill and able to still hold on to the stock. But for how much longer? You got to think right here.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Right now, both players technically are in 0% because this time DieG0D could try to just steal the stock away but cannot continue that. Oh my god! I beat him. He just buried Mr.R to his last stock on game number 2.
I can't believe that hit.
And DieG0D just out of nowhere has the lead.
Yeah, just like that. Like, you know, we were talking about how Mr.R was having such a good game number 2 and was able to still control the neutral. And, you know, even though it took a while to get that first stock kill, you know, it wasn't slowing him down. He was still just doing his own thing, which is kind of the name of the game against Kazuya. You just got to be able to not let him play his own game against you or else it's hurting. So, but here comes the combos. No, not able to get anything right there. Trying to get something with the auto turnaround potentially there. Not able to pan out the way that he wants though. But so far, can we find something here?
He could just steal the stock away with a beautiful command grab at 111%. Gets jabbed right now at the right side. DieG0D still has rage, so no problem. He's just going to stall a bit on the right side. Still getting hit by the stars and cannot try to find any hits on Mr.R. So Mr.R is just jumping around, finding openings just to take the rage out, which he did.
Yeah, the Nair though right there, the Kazuya Nair, able to stuff out and beat out the bouncing fish. Crazy to see right there. Oh, tries to find something right there, but Mr.R really smart stuff. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, just trying to find those heavy hits in order to get something right here. Bouncing fish still not going to get it, but so far, I mean, how much more do you have left in the tank? Max rage could potentially become a factor right here, especially if you're Sheik. Sheik weight is definitely a real thing.
188, all the work Sheik gotta do only to take one stock. Only one stock on Kazuya. 197, almost on the 200% mark, and DieG0D is still alive. We have a bunch of rage in store. One good interaction from DieG0D could be it, but now finally taking the second stock as he took that first stock as well. So let's see if Mr.R could try to clutch this up.
Yeah, definitely gonna need to put on a clutch performance, right? Gonna need to tap into, you know, gonna tap into that top player power bank right here in order to try to get something. But can we find anything? I mean, so far Mr.R is just stuffing out DieG0D's options and just keeping him at bay. However, we know what happens when you reach 100%, and that's when it becomes very difficult to deal with. So we're going to have to see what the plan is going to be right here. Can you find the kill? Not it just yet. One more chance at life for Mr.R.
I was about to say, after all the work of Mr.R, only 2 interactions could be taking the game. But for now, Mr.R has one more breath of air. Putting the back here right now. Rage is in store for DieG0D. Could we see a game from DieG0D? Cannot continue those combos and try to punish Mr.R. Possibly a bouncing fish could be helping outside the stage, but a good command grab from DieG0D could end it to second game, which it does.
Yeah, great stuff right there. Not using the full-on rage drive, using the regular command grab right there. Knowing that at that percent, you're at that window where you could just get the kill regardless. So, you know, was definitely at 120. I mean, we saw the electric up B not kill, so we knew that, you know, death was imminent, right?
Yeah.
And it was just more so, can Mr.R hang on to kind of close out that game? And now it's a very different story. Being down 2-0 against Kazuya, like, you mess up 2 times, you mess up 1 time, then, like, it feels like, you know, the entire world is against you at this point.
And I find it's like a mental struggle because, as I said, like, last game, you got to do a lot of percentage only to take 1 stock. So, you know how mentally draining it is just to take 1 stock out of Kazuya when Kazuya could just take it in 10 seconds? It's so draining for Mr.R, but for now, DieG0D is playing very well, taking advantage of Kazuya's tools to eliminate Mr.R and possibly take the whole set.
Yeah, definitely trying to take the set right here, and it would be a crazy upset for sure because DieG0D 100% seated underneath Mr.R, but then goes into the bouncing fish, and just like that, 0 to death to start off this game number 3.
Game number 3 has been a very good start from Mr.R, 0%, but right now, a good punish from DieG0D sends Mr.R to 78%, and now those bouncing fish, who sadly cannot continue any hits to Mr.R, but Mr.R is having a good control of the stage for now.
Yeah, definitely having a really good time right here. Having a very easy time in terms of controlling the neutral and finding these hits. Tons of advantage state opportunities right here for Mr.R and not overextending. We saw a little bit of those like early bouncing fishes around 80-90% that probably weren't going to kill Kazuya, and there was a lot of overextensions which ended up leading into reverse edge guard, reverse ledge traps. So far, Mr.R is playing it a lot more patient, and he's more so playing to win now, taking another stock right there and a huge lead. Kazuya can definitely bring this back, but could it be time that Mr.R woke up?
Let's see if Mr.R could get himself ready to do a reverse 3-0. By the looks of it, is looking good for game number 3. DieG0D has not hit Mr.R at any moment. He's still on 78%, and Mr.R just getting those up tilts. And finally, no, still DieG0D cannot find an opening against Mr.R, and Mr.R is just cooking DieG0D for now. Oh my God, it's crazy! That's crazy, Oscar. That's just crazy. Not a hit has been done in that third stock. Ay, Dios mío, I'm dizzy.
He was down 2-0, realized that he needed to wake up, and wake up he did to restock that game number 3. He's down 2-1, but it feels so much smaller than that now.
Wow. I was saying that he needed to do a lot of percentage, but this time we did not see that. He just got very good punishes outside stage. So hopefully Mr.R could try to repeat that. I do feel they're going to be changing stage. We're not going to be seeing small battlefield at the moment. So let's see if Mr.R could do a reverse 3-0, and we are going to.
I was like, please don't tell me you left FD open. I was like,
yeah, that was going to be quite sad. But yeah, PS2, could it be? Yeah, PS2. Wow. All right. So PS2 is the map that DieG0D is going to be choosing to game number 4. Let's see if he could try to take it and eliminate, well, not eliminate, but send Mr.R to the loser side.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mr.R definitely turned up really hard that game number 3, but there were still opportunities in game number 1, number 2, where DieG0D decided to just take it from Mr.R. So, you know, he has the opportunity to recreate that same magic that we saw at the first 2 games in order to get this upset right here. But Mr.R definitely not looking keen to go down into losers just yet.
He just parried and tried to do like a very big option against Mr.R. And Mr.R just quickly punished him from that. So 42% right now on DieG0D. DieG0D could be, from what I'm seeing, having the same problem from last game. And this is looking a very, very good start for Mr.R. I just feel the bouncing fish was almost close on hitting, Oscar.
Yeah. Threw out the bouncing fish right there at that far away from the ledge. Potentially could have gotten an early kill right there, which against Kazuya as Sheik, that's not a normal thing. And yeah, great air rush to get away from the needle bouncing fish combo right here. And good DI out. The rage making it a little bit harder as well for sure. After the down throw for sure, probably. So far though, Mr.R, you know, waiting it out, knows that he can just throw needles to rack up damage and then slowly but surely whittle away at this rage, because that's going to be the name of the game right here, because without the rage, you're maybe dead in about 30%, but with the rage, you might die right now. So you just get 1 or 2 electrics, and then you get 1 read, and then you get just, yeah, that would have been the name of the game right there for sure.
Has been a very funny interaction from Mr.R, slowly but surely getting those needles on DieG0D and finally taking that rage outside from DieG0D. But 150, still DieG0D has some type of rage that could still be helping him to take Mr.R first stock, and finally has an opening but cannot capitalize to finally take that first stock on 88%.
Yeah, that's the scary part, right? Is like those overextensions, trying to get those hard reads. Those are the situations where instead of pushing advantage, Mr.R was trying to get those a lot, game number 1 and 2. Wasn't getting them, and then ended up getting reversaled afterwards. So very interesting to see him start to throw those out a little bit more right now, maybe to try to keep DieG0D at bay. But so far, Mr.R, nice and easy, trying to hang on. Again, this is the name of the game right here. If you don't die as Kazuya, you can find potentially an up B. He had a shield here. Electric up B will probably kill here as well. So I'm just not sure if the up B will actually hit just because of all the rage. But so far, I mean, you know, DieG0D hanging on. The backer not going to do it just yet either, man. This is crazy.
Still, Mr.R has a chance to take it out, and no, that forward two is going to be sending him right up. 190, Mr.R has not been finding that stuck. And yeah, wow. 200% on DieG0D and only 120 on Mr.R, and that's going to be taking the stock. So DieG0D still has some rage, so he can try to accumulate some extra percentage on Mr.R. The needles are not going to be hitting, so there's a little bit of a trade. 50% on Mr.R, and the laser is going to be sending Mr. outside, so DieG0D has a chance. Where right now, we're right back outside. This is the game that we want to play, and Mr.R has time to play it.
Yeah, and definitely finally, after a few games, finally found that ledge trump into the back here that Mr.R was probably going to go for. He was going for it way more often. Wasn't able to find it. Finally finds it there in order to just avoid the snowball. Because again, you know, you can't kill Kazuya. He starts racking up this damage. You're dead in 3 hits. So you got to be really careful here.
Uh-oh. Getting already the electric only once, cannot capitalize on any other combos. Trying to find another read, but for now, Mr.R is just playing very good evading those movements. That bouncy fish could be the end of it. No. We grab ledge and we are still on game. Uh-oh. I just feel that was so close.
Yeah, trying to just go for it. Unfortunately, not able to get it.
Oh,
but
that was close.
Yeah, the electric up B right there. That's the old reliable right there. So was able to pan out the way that he wanted it to. But so far, Mr.R starting to cook a little bit again right here. Can we find some magic to force this to a last stock? Mr.R, keep in mind, has to take this stock and yet another one just to force it to a game 5. And DieG0D, all he needs to do is win this game, and he completes the upset.
And this is match point, as you said. Match point for DieG0D to continue. This is going to be a crazy upset. I'm pretty surprised how DieG0D is playing at the moment. So Rage is in store, trying to find that opening to grab him. He's rolling around, not getting hit by any needles. He had that opportunity, but a bit slow on reacting right there, 24%. And again, Needle has been the game for Mr.R, and he has the patience to play it. And well, still going to be playing some camping, you know, try to evade anything that could happen from Mr.R.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr.R knows that, you know, we saw earlier. Oh, wait, what's the magic here? Oh, just going to miss that ever so slightly. That could have been the beginning of the end right there for Mr.R. You know, another chance at life potentially right here. But again, you know, 143. I mean, we saw the DI. Oh
Lord.
That was. I think that was DI straight up, which ended up being the reason why. You know, no sparks either, which like very much surprised me. So a little bit of unfortunate DI was enough for Mr.R to get that second stock, because that first stock he took it at 200 plus. So,
true.
You know, if we were going to see that happen again, Mr.R probably doesn't win this game 4. So now he does have a chance in order to take it, in order to force this to a game 5. DieG0D trying to go for it all. What a huge punish, huge read that would have been.
Oh no! Okay, no. Sadly cannot continue anything right there. And DieG0D has the opportunity to take the game, but misses that up. So Mr.R has another space to live for a bit. Trying to find another electric, but Mr.R is just rolling around for now on DieG0D. DieG0D is right back on the air. Sends a kick to Mr.R, 107%. And it's looking crazy. This could be another whiff on that upbeat that's not going to be hitting. My God, again, what are we doing? DieG0D, just take the kill. I'm getting desperate, DieG0D. You're not finding it. And that up smash could be in. 95% on him.
Man, that was so close. That could have been potentially the upset of the tournament so far. But Mr.R has another chance at life with this Rage Drive, though. Gets the bouncing fish, and that's going to be a game 5. Mr.R forcing it. Down 2-0, wins 2 straight. Dominant game 3. Very close last hit game 4 to push it to a game number 5.
Hey, look, I'm going to say it. I'm mad. A lot of missed opportunities right there from DieG0D. Could have capitalized, but Mr.R obviously going to be taking advantage of that, and he's going to be putting this game to game number 5. And wow, we're going to Carlos for this next match.
I'm actually,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about this one.
I don't like the stage. I don't know why they did not ban that stage. I don't like the idea.
I'm actually very intrigued. I assume probably Town FD Smashville might have been banned, or Town FD Hollow or something like that, leaving Kalos open. Maybe changing up the bans this time around for sure. So
this is a very important match, kid, and by the looks of it, DieG0D needs to concentrate. He had the game in his pocket, and that pocket had a hole, and everything went down. So let's see how he does for this last game. Mr.R looking for a reverse 3-0, and DieG0D looking to close this out and put a crazy upset on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the big things, I mean, look, Sheik obviously, you know, Sheik versus Heavy, this is the name of the game, just, you know, dominate neutral and just keep them in the air, keep them in disadvantage constantly. However, on Kalos, though, I mean, we saw DieG0D lift 200 on PS2. Oh, that's it. Never
Oh
mind.
my
I
God.
take everything back. That setup is actually really good because it does push you slightly to the left or to the right, depending on what side of the stage you're on.
Okay.
Able to get that first kill, first stock very early. Mr.R looking a lot better too. But I mean, we saw that game 4 go to last hit.
Oh no, okay, he cannot continue right there, 98%. At least DieG0D has the energy to try to get those kills immediately, so as well, Mr.R is just gonna fly around, try to prevent any damage from DieG0D, because it's very important right here. 107, 27, and those jabs are gonna accumulate to 37. And very nice work from Mr.R, but that grab is gonna be taking that stock.
Yeah, so both players now have something. They have a stock condition now on these platforms, right? We saw the Nair into the needles or Nair into bouncing fish on those platforms could spell doom for DieG0D, and then that back throw going to be really scary. Mr.R could lose that stock very early. I mean, we saw him dive at 40 on Town, right? Which is crazy to think about. So.
No, but Town is a whole different story, right?
Yeah.
So Town at least is like, damn, it hurts, but it's understandable. Here in Carlos, it would be kind of crazy to see that happening. But for now, DieG0D, trying to find Mr.R that he's, going around the air. I guess the jab sends to the right laser. And, well, at the moment, Mr.R is still surviving the hits of DieG0D. And DieG0D right now on Rage could have an opportunity to take that stock of Mr.R, but needs to get on the ground first, which he doesn't.
Tries to get onto the ledge, but the wind box of the side B pushing him slightly up, vacuuming him into the explosion. And now Mr.R has one more stock to take to complete this reverse 3-0. But DieG0D not too far behind. Misses the up smash, rather unfortunate.
DieG0D is he's going all in with some crazy interactions, which, well, they have not been working. So 99% on Mr.R. Mr.R obviously accumulating some percentage on DieG0D right now, putting him on 72%. Nice parry, but we cannot punish that interaction. Up B out of shield as well. Not going to be helping. Mr.R is just controlling that stage at the moment and just leaving DieG0D always on the sides or on platforms.
Yeah, definitely leaving him on the platforms right there. I mean, that's just kind of the name of the game, though. A full stock lead right now for Mr.R, but how much longer can you hang on? We know Kazuya's kill output. We know the kill power that he has. And you're going to be looking to take this stock without using the Rage, which is going to be huge, just like that. And now, I mean, it's last stock. Low-key, though, it's last hit. I'm not going to lie.
It's even.
It's even. It's last hit.
Even. So, I don't know. DieG0D needs to concentrate. He needs to go riddles right now. He needs to go crazy on finding any good interaction. Mr.R, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh my God, okay, finds an opening, but Mr.R survives, gets right back on stage, gets some needles in, needs to maintain that rage, so don't get hit by the needles. My God, you gotta so what are you doing? Bouncy Fish is gonna be taking the stock. So crazy to see DieG0D losing that game, but Mr.R returns that 0-3 to 4-3 on his side. And, well, Mr.R is just DieG0D.
Yeah, the reverse 3-0 from Mr.R just goes to show, like, I mean, that's Sheik in general, right? Like, it's just so volatile. Can be very inconsistent in terms of, we saw kills that lasted up to 200%. We saw kills at 80, right? Like, that's just kind of the name of the game from Sheik. But regardless, it was still enough to get the dub. And I was going to say, like, I love the way that he was very aggressive.
Yeah.
When Kazuya had a rage, it was more so like aggressive needles.
Yeah.
Just whittle up the damage up until it caps and then loses the rage and then go in, right? Which is exactly what we saw from Mr.R, which was, very textbook. A little scary towards the end. We definitely had we saw our lives before our eyes, flash before our eyes just a little bit, but it was just enough for Mr.R to ended up getting it. And yeah, look at that, like 61 after the throw, and that just killed, which was crazy to think about for sure. So, but Mr.R, yeah, bringing it all the way back. Yeah, great stuff.
Game 4 was just something that's got to be going down on history. That was just heartbreak after heartbreak. I was getting dizzy. My heart rate was going down because I thought DieG0D was going to do the upset. But, we're not going to see it right now. Those replays, as you said, beautiful replays. I love that people are just adapting slowly but surely those types of replays. My bad right there. So, yeah, DieG0D sadly couldn't close out Mr.R, but Mr.R showing us why he's still pretty good with Sheik. And I really got to respect, this type of matchup going Sheik against Kazuya. Man, it's just desperate trying to get any kills on him.
Yeah, certainly for sure. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. But you know, I mean, definitely this matchup has everyone on life alert. I'm not gonna lie, just because like I mean, we saw it. That right there was also huge. I mean, the DI right there a little bit unfortunate, but then finds the bouncing fish, and yeah, that was crazy. Even Mr.R, he was like, man, I can't believe it, bro. Like I almost lost. So he was up by so much. But then game 5,
yeah, that was a crazy.
That
one.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Just the wind box pulling him back in, which was enough to get that kill. And then now, at this point, it felt like he had it more under control, which is nice. So,
yeah.
And you see the relief right there, the fist pump right into the air. You could tell that he really, really wanted it. So, you know, we're going to move on, though, to another 128 qualifier. This one's going to be super fun to watch. It's going to be Asimo versus Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus, if I'm not mistaken, from SoCal. So
yeah.
SoCal here in Mexico, and then Asimo, of course, from Japan. We're going to see a lot of good action right here. As you said, we have a lot of international people here on S Factor. It's been known that a lot of international people love coming here to Mexico. Mexico has a lot of good talent, hidden bosses, great people, great food, of course.
Fantastic food.
And
Fantastic food.
And
oh
just
my goodness.
really good activities, man. Like here in S Factor, we're having pretty much a lot of good fun.
I don't know how I'm going to go home on Wednesday. I'm here for a full week, by the way.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know how I'm going to go home on Wednesday and go back to my American food. Like,
yeah,
seriously, like the food here is amazing. And like every single person who has been an international commentator who's like, you got to come to Mexico City and like blah, 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 blah. I'm like, man, y'all were right. This entire time y'all were right. And now I will tell you guys at home.
Please.
If you guys didn't come to S Factor 11, get your passports ready, get your visas on check, on lock, and make it out to the next one next year potentially. So we'll see if that's a, you know.
Hopefully, yeah.
We'll see if that's a thing. I don't know anything, right? I don't know anything.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
We gotta wait.
Any announcements, I'll be watching with you guys for the first time too. So,
yeah.
But we're gonna get started though. Yeah, Japan versus SoCal. This one's gonna be a banger for sure. Asimo. Insane what he does with this character, by the way.
I think it's going to be a button check. Yeah, it's going to be a button check.
Yeah.
So for now, they're just still preparing for the upcoming match here in top 64 qualifiers through the winner's side. Again, Mexico has been a great place. I would say something. When I got here on plane, I shed a tear. I was so happy to be in Mexico. Man, the whole region, the whole community is just amazing. I'm not going to talk about the food. I'm just going to talk about the Smash region per se. They're great people. They're very fun, and they really, really, really want to practice. So they, of course, take these opportunities like S Factor to practice with international people or just anybody who comes here and participate in S Factor 11.